Hola a todos, bienvenidos a The River. La verdad que estamos muy felices que puedan unirse a nosotros. Ahora, momento de presentar a nuestro staff. Es importante recordar que The River es un lugar para comer, para tener amigos y para crecer juntos, para conocer a Dios. Para conocer a Dios. Novato. Yo les explico. The River es un lugar donde podemos conocer nueva gente, comer comida rica, pero sobre todo, buscar a Dios juntos, crecer nuestra relación. Ahora, tiempo de alabanza.
I will sing of your goodness. I will sing of your love. Though the seasons come quickly, you have always been enough. And though the night may get darker, though the waiting seems long, you have always been faithful to remind me of your love. You are good, and in the morning I sing. You are good, and in the evening I sing. You are good, you are good to me. You have always been patient. You have always been kind. You're consistent through the ages. Oh, what a friend of mine. So I remind my soul to bless you, standing firm upon your truth, knowing that you cannot be shaken, 'cause I've seen what you can do. Oh, you are good, and in the morning I sing. You are good, and in the evening I sing. You are good, you are good to me. You're good, and in the morning I sing. You are good, and in the evening I sing. You are good, you are good to me. You keep on getting better. 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 Yes, you keep on getting better. 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 Oh, you keep on getting better. You keep on getting better. Oh, you keep on getting better. You keep on getting better. Yes, you do, God. You keep on getting better. 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 You are good. In the morning I sing. You are good, and in the evening I sing. You are good.
Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing okay. After this time of worship, I just wanted to share something with you. This past Friday in our staff meeting, we were talking about how we fight our battles. And as we were talking about this, we started to think not only how we fight our battles, but also how God fights battles for us that we don't even know we're in. And this took me to Romans 8:35 through 39, where God reminds us that nothing can separate us from His love. And personally, there was a time in my life where I was far from Him, surrounded by things that only kept me away from Him. But I was reminded that God fights for us, God fights for me, and He's constantly fighting for being close to us because nothing can separate us from His love. Any situation, any season of our life, God is with us and God is fighting for us to be close to Him. And I think that's a good thing to keep in mind, especially during this time of chaos and where everything seems hopeless. We need to know and we have to be sure that God is for us and God is with us and He is fighting our battles.
Sometimes it may feel like we can't fight our battles.
A veces podemos sentirnos como que no podemos luchar nuestras batallas.
Sometimes it may feel like we're too weak to fight our battles.
A veces nos podemos sentir muy débiles para luchar nuestras batallas.
But it's in those moments,
Pero es justo en esos momentos,
it's the moment where we say, I can't do this anymore.
justo en esos momentos en los que decimos, ya no puedo yo solo.
It's those moments where we stop trying with our own strength
En ese momento en el que digo, ya no puedo con mis propias fuerzas.
and we start trusting in God.
Y es cuando empezamos a confiar en Dios.
It's when we start winning our battles.
Y cuando empezamos a ganar nuestras batallas.
When God starts winning the battle for us.
Cuando Dios empieza a ganar nuestras batallas por nosotros.
Because in the end, I can't do it by myself.
Porque es que al final no puedo hacerlo yo mismo.
There's nothing I can do by myself
No puedo hacer nada por mí mismo
if I don't trust in God.
si no confío en Dios.
And once I trust in God,
Y una vez que confío en Dios
and I just put everything in His hands,
y pongo todo en sus manos,
our battles start changing.
nuestras batallas empiezan a cambiar.
I understand that fighting our battles may look different for everyone.
Quizás luchar nuestras batallas dependa de cada persona.
We have different personalities,
Tenemos personalidades diferentes
and I can't expect you to do the same things I do.
y no puedo esperar que tú hagas lo mismo que yo.
But there's one thing we need to have in common,
Pero hay algo que tenemos que tener en común
and it's realizing that we can't do it by ourselves,
y es darnos cuenta que no podemos hacerlo por nosotros mismos
and that we need God.
y que necesitamos a Dios.
However, I wanted part of our staff to be able to share the testimonies
Por eso quería que parte de nuestro staff compartiera testimonios
so you can hear the different stories.
para que puedan escuchar diferentes historias.
Hey guys, I'm gonna share a quick testimony of how the Lord fought my battles for me in the past. Some few years back, I had a very intense situation, very intense one, and I remember thinking to myself, there's no way I'm ever gonna come out of this okay, there's no way I'm ever gonna live through this, and thinking, how am I gonna survive this situation? It was overwhelming, and I remember praying about it. And as I was praying about it, the Lord reminded me of the word He had given to me for that year for my life. And His word was, be still and know that I am God. And I thought to myself, how can I be still in a situation like this? Because everything in me wanted to do things humanly. I wanted to follow my emotions and follow everything that I was feeling at that moment. And God said, no, be still, Valencia, and watch me fight this battle. And I said, okay, God. And I prayed about it and asked God to help me to be still, because I don't know how to do that, because I mean, I want to be in control, but the Lord was telling me, no, you have to let go of control and let me fight your battles. And so as I was praying about it, the Lord gave me two more verses that I really want to share with you guys. One of the verse was Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. It says, this is my command, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, I have to be strong, I have to be courageous, and I have to remember that God is with me wherever I go. And then the Lord gave me like a revelation saying, okay, Valencia, I am with you wherever you go, in whatever situation you're facing. And I said, okay, that's my word. God is with me in wherever I go and in whatever situation that I'm facing. And I had to hold hold strong to that word, that he was with me no matter what. And he also gave me a verse in Exodus chapter 14 that says, Exodus 14 verse 14, that says, the Lord himself will fight for you, just stay calm. You can see that the common the common thing in all these verses was the Lord asking me to sit back and watch him fight, which is something that for us sometimes is not easy because we want to be the one fighting. We want to be the one in the front line. But God was asking me to sit back and watch him fight this battle for me. And I remember praying and asking God, you have to teach me, God. Teach me how to sit back and watch you fight. And he taught me, and I did learn how to sit back. And I can look back now and see how he came through. I can look back now and see how I am okay. I have gone through that, and I am okay. But I am not okay because I took things into my hands. I am okay because the Lord himself fought the battles for me. So I just want to encourage you guys that whatever it is you're going through, remember that God is the one doing the fighting, not you. You have to sit still, sit calm, worship, praise, spend time in his presence, do whatever he's asking you to do in that time. Be obedient, but sit still and watch him fight the battles. Because whenever we're weak, then we're strong. Because God is the one fighting the battles, not us. I hope this encourages you guys.
It is when I'm weak
Que es cuando soy débil,
that then I'm strong.
que soy fuerte.
That's what we read in 2 Corinthians 12, 9 to 10.
Eso es lo que leemos en 2 de Corintios 12, de 9 al 10.
But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in my weaknesses. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in my weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecution, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong.
Segunda de Corintios 12, de 9 al 10 nos dice, pero él me dijo, te basta con mi gracia, pues mi poder se perfecciona en la debilidad. Por lo tanto, gustosamente haré más bien alarde de mis debilidades, para que permanezca sobre mí el poder de Cristo. Por eso me regocijo en debilidades, insultos, privaciones, persecuciones y dificultades que sufro por Cristo. Porque cuando soy débil, entonces soy fuerte.
I know that we're all going through hard situations right now.
Sé que todos estamos pasando por dificultades.
I know that there are people that are losing their jobs.
Sé que hay personas que están perdiendo sus trabajos,
There are people that are sick.
personas enfermas,
Our family, friends, some of them have died.
quizás amigos, conocidos, familiares que han fallecido.
There are people that don't know if they can make it to the end of the month.
Personas que no saben si van a llegar al final del
If they'll be
mes,
able to pay rent.
si van a poder pagar la renta
Or they'll have enough food.
o si van a tener suficiente comida.
And I understand.
Y entiendo.
I never like to talk about something that I haven't gone through.
Y no me gusta hablar de nada por ninguna situación por la que no haya pasado.
In a moment where I haven't had to trust God.
Y por momentos que no haya tenido que confiar en Dios.
And I know it's hard.
Y sé que es difícil,
But trust me,
pero confía en mí.
when we trust in God,
Cuando confiamos en Dios,
when we trust only in Him,
cuando confiamos plenamente en Él,
things can turn around.
las cosas cambian.
You know, I remember that when I was a kid.
Recuerdo cuando era un niño,
One day, my mom would, well, every day she would tell me to set the table.
cada día mi madre me pedía de alistar la mesa.
But one day it was different.
Pero un día fue diferente.
She told me to set the table, but I couldn't smell her yummy food.
Ella me pidió preparar la mesa, pero no podía oler la comida.
So I said, Mom, why am I going to set the table if you haven't cooked anything?
Y entonces le pregunté, mamá, ¿por qué voy a alistar la mesa si no has cocinado nada?
And she said, Joel, set the table.
Y me dijo, Joel, alista la mesa.
So I was whining,
Así que me quejé,
but I set the table.
pero alisté la mesa.
We all came and sat around the table,
Todos vinimos juntos y nos sentamos en la mesa.
and still there was no food.
Y aún así no había comida.
Then my dad prayed.
Luego mi padre oró
I could still not smell any food.
y aún no había ninguna comida.
But by the time my dad was done praying,
Y justo cuando mi padre terminó la oración,
someone came and knocked at the door.
alguien vino y tocó a la puerta.
It was a neighbor.
Era un vecino.
He had a pot full of food.
Tenía una olla llena de comida.
He said, hey, today I made too much food, but I wanted to share this with you guys.
Nos dijo, hoy hice comida de más y quería compartirla con ustedes.
Praise the Lord.
Aleluya.
Sometimes we don't even know how God works, but He works in miraculous ways.
A veces no sabemos la forma en la que Dios va a actuar, pero
Ay.
actúa de forma milagrosa.
I can't tell you how He's going to provide for you,
No sé cómo va a proveer para ti,
but I know that if we believe in Him,
pero sé que si creemos en Él,
He's not going to let us down.
no nos va a fallar.
He's always going to be there.
Siempre va a estar ahí.
He's the one thing you can trust on and will never fail.
Es la persona a la que podemos confiar y que nunca nos va a fallar.
We as a church, we can be there for you.
Nosotros como iglesia no podemos estar justo ahí donde estás.
We can be there for you.
No podemos estar ahí para ti.
We can try to help you,
Podemos intentar ayudarte
and we will.
y lo haremos.
So if there's anything you need, please contact us.
Así que si hay algo que necesites, por favor, contáctanos.
But there's only enough that we can do.
Pero ahí nosotros somos limitados.
The one that can always be there for you
Pero la persona que siempre puede estar ahí para ti
is God.
es Dios.
It's your faith in Him.
Es tu fe en Él.
I remember also when I was a kid,
Recuerdo también cuando era un niño,
I would make a hot chocolate for me and my sisters.
preparaba chocolate caliente para mis hermanas y para mí.
And I remember telling my mom, my dad, hey, we don't have enough for tomorrow, so this is the last I'm gonna do with the last time I'm gonna make it with this packet.
Y recuerdo decirle a mis padres como que ya no teníamos suficiente chocolate caliente para el día siguiente.
But I went the next day and I made hot chocolate again, and I said, hey mom, like we need to buy more because we don't have enough for tomorrow.
Y el día siguiente iba y preparaba chocolate caliente y le decía a mis padres que necesitábamos comprar chocolate caliente.
Then I went the next day and there was still the same amount of hot chocolate left.
Y justo iba al día siguiente y había exactamente la misma cantidad de chocolate caliente.
And it kept happening for like a whole week.
Y siguió pasando durante una semana,
To the point that I got mad with my mom and I said, Mom, are you putting a prank on me? Is this a joke?
hasta el punto en el que me enfadé con mi madre y le dije como, ¿me estás jugando una broma?
Are you filling it from somewhere else?
¿Le está rellenando el tarro de algún otro paquete?
And I started to search around all my house, around the whole kitchen, trying to find the other packet.
Y fui por toda mi casa, por toda la cocina, tratando de encontrar ese otro paquete.
But there was none.
Pero no existía.
And I went to my mom again. It's like, what are you doing? Are you messing with me?
Y justo fui a donde mi mamá y le pregunté, mamá, ¿qué está pasando?
And she said, no, like I'm not. This is not a joke.
Y me dijo, no, esto no es una broma.
We don't have money to buy anymore.
No tenemos dinero para comprar más chocolate caliente.
But you know what, Joel?
Pero ¿sabes qué?
God is providing
Dios está proveyendo.
so that you and your sisters can have hot chocolate every day.
Para que tú y tus hermanas puedan tener chocolate caliente todos los días.
That's the same God that it's in the Bible.
Ese es el mismo Dios que está en la Biblia.
The same God that multiplied the bread and the fish.
El mismo Dios que multiplicó el pan y los peces.
He's here, He's with me, and He's with you.
Está aquí, aquí conmigo, está ahí contigo.
And He will not let you go through hard times.
Y no te dejará pasar por momentos difíciles.
He will not let you go through hunger.
No te dejará pasar hambre.
If you trust in Him,
Si confías en Él.
if we trust in Him,
Si confías en Él.
He's there with us.
Él está ahí para nosotros.
Through the hard times, He's there with us.
A través de los momentos difíciles está ahí para
I
nosotros.
remember when I was in college,
Recuerdo cuando estaba en la universidad.
I needed to pay for my debt.
Necesitaba pagar para mi préstamo.
And I would work so hard
Y trabajaba duro
to try to get all the money I needed to pay.
para poder juntar todo el dinero y pagar.
But the deadline was dead,
Pero la fecha límite se acercaba.
and I didn't have enough money.
Y no tenía suficiente
And
dinero.
I had no idea what I was going to do.
Y no sabía lo que iba a hacer.
I wasn't going to be able to keep studying
No sabía si iba a seguir estudiando
if I didn't pay that.
si no pagaba ese préstamo.
And suddenly, last minute, somewhere, I have no idea where, but God will provide the money.
Y justo antes de esa fecha límite, no sé cómo, milagrosamente, Dios proveyó ese dinero.
If we trust in Him,
Si confiamos en Él,
God will show up.
Dios se presentará.
If we live with God and by God,
Si vivimos por Dios y en Dios, Él se presentará.
God will show up.
Él estará ahí.
He's never late.
Él nunca está tarde.
He's always there.
Él siempre está.
He wants the best for you,
Él quiere lo mejor para ti,
even when we don't understand.
aun cuando no entendemos.
But we need to act upon our beliefs.
Necesitamos actuar en lo que creemos.
We need to give that step of faith.
Necesitamos dar ese paso de fe.
We need to say, God, I believe in you and I will walk by faith.
Necesitamos decir, Dios, confío en ti y caminar por fe.
I want to read to you a quote from a book.
Quiero compartir contigo una frase de un libro.
It said, Moses had to lift up his staff and his hand for the sea to be able to open up.
que dice, Moisés tuvo que levantar su vara y sus manos para que el mar se partiera.
The lame had to pick up his mat and walk.
El hombre cojo tuvo que levantar su lecho y caminar.
The bleeding woman had to stretch out and reach for Jesus' cloth to be able to be healed.
La mujer con el flujo de sangre tuvo que levantarse y alcanzar a Jesús.
The disciples had to follow.
Los discípulos tuvieron que seguir a Jesús.
Esther had to ask.
Esther pidió.
Abraham had to go.
Abraham tuvo que ir.
None of these people were perfectly in their works.
Ninguna de estas personas actuaron perfectamente.
But you know what? Faith is fully expressed
Pero ¿sabes qué? La fe es expresada
when we bring our imperfect work
cuando traemos nuestros actos imperfectos
into the presence of God
en la presencia de Dios.
and move towards others in love.
Y hacemos actos de amor a los demás.
We are not under pressure.
No estamos bajo presión.
We're not under pressure to act.
No estamos bajo presión para actuar,
Instead, we are free.
pero sino que estamos libres.
We are free to act, to move,
Estamos libres para actuar, para movernos,
to make choices,
para tomar decisiones
and to live out what we say we believe in.
y para vivir lo que decimos que creemos.
Part of fighting our battles is recognizing the bigger picture.
Parte de luchar nuestras batallas es entender esa imagen más amplia.
You know, this is temporary.
Sabes que esto es temporal.
We cannot be limited.
No podemos ser limitados.
We cannot forget
No podemos olvidarnos
that God is working in bigger ways that we cannot understand.
que Dios está trabajando de maneras aún más grandes que nosotros podamos entender.
But He's working,
Pero Él está trabajando,
even if we can't see it.
aunque no podamos verlo.
God is there.
Dios está ahí.
I want to encourage you to believe in Him,
Y quiero animarte a creer en Él,
to have faith
para tener fe.
when everything else seems to crumble.
Cuando todo lo demás parece caer,
We need to believe in God.
necesitamos creer en Dios.
We need to believe in Him.
Necesitamos creer en Él.
It is now
Es ahora
that our faith needs to be activated.
que nuestra fe necesita ser activada.
That we need to show that the God we believe in
Que necesitamos demostrar que el Dios en el que creemos
is a true God.
es un Dios verdadero.
God, thank you.
Gracias, Señor.
Because without you, I am nothing.
Porque sin ti no soy nada,
But you are there.
pero estás justo ahí.
You have never left me alone.
Nunca me has dejado.
You have always been there.
Siempre has estado ahí.
Through hard times,
En momentos difíciles,
to the good times.
en los buenos momentos.
You have always been there.
Siempre has estado ahí.
God, I pray
Señor, oro
that wherever we are, whoever's listening is,
que todas las personas que puedan estar escuchando este mensaje
they may feel your embrace,
puedan sentirte ahí donde están.
may feel your love,
Puedan sentir tu amor.
may feel your presence,
Pueden sentir tu presencia.
bringing peace to them,
Trae paz, Señor.
and courage,
Y valentía
and faith
y fe
to be able to get up
para poder levantarse
and fight our battles with you, God.
y luchar las batallas contigo, Señor.
Give us faith
Danos fe
when we have none.
cuando no tenemos ni un poco.
Thank you, God.
Gracias, Señor.
What an amazing thought to be able to know that with God, we have all that we need. That doesn't mean that we're going to be rich, that we're going to live in a mansion, that we're going to have everything that our heart desires. It means that if we are with God, if He is the King of our life, it means that we're going to have peace in the midst of our storms. It means that we can put our trust in Him, knowing that He's the one leading us. And it means that if He cares about the sparrow, how much more does He care about providing for our needs? Such a beautiful and a comforting thought in a time like now when all security, all plans, everything is thrown out the window. We don't even know what next week looks like. So I just want to be able to encourage you guys right now. One of the biggest tests of our faith is when God asks us to give. And maybe many of us are in the habit of being able to tithe 10% of our income, which in and of itself is a very hard thing. But if you have struggled in your heart these last 2 weeks, knowing that there's people even within our own church that are hurting. There's people within our own church that have run out of money, that have run out of food. And if there's something that you have that you want to be able to give them, I know we wish that we could invite people over to our house, that we could have a potluck at the church, be able to spend time together. Sadly, that will have to wait for another day. But if you want to be able to share your groceries, share your lunch with someone from the church or someone that's a part of our compassion ministry, then you can even do, on top of your tithing, you can do an offering directly to the church bank account and put in a comment with a bank transfer that it's for TPC, our compassion ministry. And pretty much everything that's coming into TPC right now is going directly towards buying groceries for the people in our church and for the people in our community that need help. So it's an amazing, there's very little that we feel like we can do right now to help, but that is one way that we can be able to help our brothers and sisters. So if you want to go ahead and give, here's the link for giving to our church. And then we also want to be able to hear your testimonies. So just like you heard Diana and Valencia's testimony during today's service, we want to hear about how God is helping you fight your battles for you. So whether it be in these last 2 weeks, one way that you have had to let go of control and let God take over, or whether it be a testimony from a few years ago when God was able to miraculously do something that you hadn't even seen coming. We want to be able to hear that, and you can send it directly to our email account, theriver@icmadrid.com. Lastly, thank you for watching tonight's meeting, and we would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We opened up a YouTube channel just for this time. So that's why you get a notification straight to your email. And the link is right here. As always, thank you for joining us tonight, and we will see you next week.